It was a moment in time where the world stood still. After weeks of sitting through all the hype, all the anticipation, all the clamor for change was snuffed out once the referee's hand slammed on the mat at the count of 3. When the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, once again reigned supreme at the show of shows when he defeated Cody Rhodes to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And to say the reaction online was something, it was something. You saw people call this the worst WrestleMania main event outcome ever, saying this is becoming big dog era of Roman Reigns boring. And that's just keeping it light, because some of these people's reaction were out of pocket for a scripted sport. Get yourself together. But following WrestleMania, despite outside interference during the title match, again, Cody Rhodes instead praised Roman Reigns as the better man, which is something Cody always does, which shouldn't have been the case in my humble opinion. And WWE opted towards putting Cody up against Brock Lesnar at Backlash after the Beast brutally assaulted him on the Raw after WrestleMania. If you watch the Dusty Rhodes biography on A&E, Cody went into detail on his father's quest to finally defeat Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and how after all the loss the American Dream suffered was a way to build him up to make that one win matter. And that line right there made up my mind that that man wanted to lose at WrestleMania, and I'm not mad at it. So that's what we're here for today, because let's just say Cody Rhodes takes Brock Lesnar to the absolute limit in Puerto Rico, but is left even more broken than he was when Brock went ape crazy on the Raw after WrestleMania in LA. And this is just a prediction, don't quote me on this, but let's just say Brock does destroy Cody again for most of, if not all of the match, but then out of nowhere Cody somehow powers through all of that and uses Brock's brute force momentum against him, gets a crossroads out of nowhere, which obviously barely keeps Brock down. So Cody connects with another one, and when Cody goes for a third, Brock brushes it off and connects with an emphatic F5 to pick up the win over Cody, and that's another loss for Rhodes. But wait, hear me out. I see you commenting, wait, that doesn't make sense. I get it. Let me explain, because this intro is going on a little too long. But what if that massive loss is another catalyst on this road to redemption for the American Nightmare? Let's take a trip back in time. I feel if Cody didn't get injured prior to Hell in a Cell in 2022 and wrestled Seth Rollins with a purple tit and won, maybe WWE would have awarded him the men's Money in the Bank contract. Let him go through some adversity and then maybe win the undisputed title against Roman Reigns in Los Angeles. But that didn't happen. And now that's what we're here for, because what if Cody Rhodes' one saving grace and ultimate chance at redemption is by somehow overcoming a massive obstacle against a field of incredible competitors? What if Cody Rhodes wins the men's Money in the Bank? We are live from the ViceStar Veterans Memorial Arena for the first Monday Night Raw after Backlash, as the road to WWE Night of Champions officially begins. A still battered and bruised American Nightmare makes his way to the ring, and after suffering 2 devastating losses back-to-back, he finally breaks down and admits the truth.
It has become apparent to me and everyone watching that I just can't win when it matters anymore. I can't defeat Roman Reigns when it matters. And even though I gave him the fight he did not expect, I was this close to defeating Brock Lesnar last Saturday. But I failed again. I know around this time last year I stated that I would win the one thing my father could not win, and that was the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And despite my success all over the world, from the indies to helping create a new company, having success there, coming back home to the WWE, overcoming injuries, I just wasn't able to win. And that's surprisingly okay. The end is not here. This has only just been the beginning. But this is the part where I fabricate my excitement about bouncing back and eventually overcoming the obstacle to finally achieve my goal of winning. But I can't. What's next for Cody Rhodes? That is the question that everyone wants to know, and I will be honest with you. I want to know that too. After WrestleMania, after Backlash for the first time in a long time, I don't know. I am broken, I am tired, and I am defeated. Because of this, I can't do this anymore.
A deflated Cody Rhodes just drops the microphone mid-speech and just walks away. that question is quite true. What's next for Cody Rhodes? Two weeks have passed since that confusing speech Cody Rhodes gave on Raw after suffering those two back-to-back losses against Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And after taking 2 weeks off to rest and recuperate from his injuries and spend time with his family, Cody Rhodes is headed to the next show, and he has met with an interesting confrontation.
Yeah, Brandy. I know I needed this break, but I can't stay home forever and sulk like a chump. I have to get back out there. Look, my flight is about to board. I hold on a second. What are you doing here?
Is that any way to greet your older brother?
I'm sorry, I thought you'd be in London for that big Wembley Stadium show you were telling me about.
I'm actually headed to my Connect flight right now, but Brandy told me you'd be here and I decided to wait for you. And now that I have you here, I will be honest with you. Watching you lose two very important matches back-to-back has been very deflating to see. And I know right now Pops would say something to keep your head on straight, but I'm not him. And before seeing you, I had a million thoughts and scenarios running through my head. But then I stopped and thought you don't need to be hyped up, giving a pep talk like you're one of these new kids trying to break into the business, because you're Cody fucking Rhodes. You're the American Nightmare. I gave you that nickname because when those lights are on bright and that bell rings, that is where you shine. You want to know what's next, Cody? Greatness. Yes, you felt adversity. Yes, you came up short, but use that as fuel. Be the man who left the WWE to take over the world in New Japan as part of a club that helped change the very status quo of professional wrestling. Be the man who went on to win the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, just like our father did years ago. Be the man who beat me in one of the best wrestling matches this industry has ever seen. Be the man who led the charge of changing how the guys and girls eat and make a living in this industry. Be the man who made his triumphant return to the WWE, went 3-0 against one of the best that company had to offer before going down with an injury. So you get on that plane, go to that show, and show the world that, yes, you were down, but you're not out, because whether they like it or not, you will get back to that moment of having Roman Reigns at your mercy, and you will pull the trigger, and you will leave as the WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world. The American freaking Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Strong words from his older brother before they part ways to their respective flights, giving Cody Rhodes that extra boost that he desperately needs. But then Cody stops and remembers he still has his wife on the line.
Hey, Brandy. I don't know how you did it, but thank you. It's time to get down to business.
And that's exactly what happened next. After surviving the WWE draft and maintaining his place on Raw, Cody Rhodes came back to Monday nights with a new playing field at his disposal, but the motivation to head to the top by any means necessary. And that leads us to Money in the Bank in London, England. And it's time for qualifying matches for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And over the course of Raw and SmackDown, stars qualified, including the likes of LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, Rey Mysterio, and many others. And after showcasing to the world that he's still in his bag by racking up wins after wins after wins over the next few weeks, Cody Rhodes inevitably overcame Finn Balor in an intense last chance qualifying match to earn his spot in the ladder match. Though Cody's victory celebration was cut short with the arrival of LA Knight.
Let me talk to you. Cody Rhodes, I gotta keep it honest with you. For months, this company has been built around, can Cody do this? What's next for Cody? Can Cody win the Money in the Bank? Nah, not on my watch. While you've been sitting around sulking and finding your way back, yours truly, LA Knight has been grinding and stealing the show whenever this company remembers that I am the best thing going today. So hold on tight, show up to Money in the Bank, put on the fight of your life, and prove to the world once and for all that without a shadow of a doubt that you are and will forever be a failure, yeah.
Without saying a word, Cody lets his actions speak for himself as he decks LA Knight before walking away. Can Cody Rhodes prove the megastar and the entire world wrong when he finally wins a big one? Let's find out. It is now time for Money in the Bank live at the O2 Arena in London, England. And it is now time for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, where the stars of both Raw and SmackDown vie for a chance to finally be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. But for Cody Rhodes, this is his last chance, his one last chance to feel alive and prove to the world that he is still the one to dethrone the Tribal Chief. But just as the match begins, LA Knight jumps Rhodes from behind, not forgetting what went down on Raw, leading to an all-out assault on the American Nightmare, determined to make his words to Cody come true that he will be a failure. And every participant in the match joins in on the assault throughout. But Cody was not about to lay down, stopping everyone's attempts at winning the briefcase as the match progressed. It looked like Cody was beginning to tire out towards the end, and after LA Knight took advantage of Dominic Mysterio's interference to cost both his father, Rey, and Rey's LWO cohort, Santos Escobar, it appeared that the megastar was a mere moments away from achieving the briefcase until out of nowhere, Cody hopped on the ladder, stares LA Knight in his face, and shouts,
Gotcha.
Before connecting with a cutter on Knight off the ladder. Cody has found his second win as he takes out Cameron Grimes with another Cody cutter before finding it within himself to reverse Damian Priest and lay him out with a crossroads of his own. As Cody begins to climb the ladder, every rung he climbs, he remembers all of his failures until he reaches the briefcase and remembers that he's Cody Rhodes before unhooking the briefcase and winning this year's Money in the Bank ladder match. And with this win, the American Nightmare has finally earned another chance at taking on the Tribal Chief. And despite his shortcomings in the past, all he needed was that extra boost from his family to remember just who the hell he is. And now that he holds all the cards this go round, he has the ball in his court. And who knows if Roman will even be at full strength as the bloodline continues to show cracks. When Cody does finally cash in, the American dream might actually be achieved this time. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And while you're doing that, check out this particular video right here where I booked how I think Dominic Mysterio should retire his father. And also check out other forms of what if scenarios similar to this one. Y'all be breezy.